Hello and welcome to the Parents Tools podcast. My name is Jason.
And my name is Jordan, and this is the podcast where myself and Jason have a chat about being dads, being parents, and everything that comes with it.
This week I am on a swivel chair.
Yeah.
It's a new experience
Whoa.
for both of us. And by both of us, I mean myself and the listener. Because these are your chairs, Jordan.
They're my chairs, but you know on Home Alone, where he does the dance?
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
On today's episode, we are looking at some top tips.
I think you could call them top tools.
Top tools from our listeners. I tried to harmonise there.
Nice.
Top tools from our listeners about being first-time parents.
Looking forward to this. We've had loads of good ones come in. Looking forward to sharing them with you.
Sweet, I'm so tired of you. Sweet, I'm so tired of you treating me this way. I'm sick and then I'm
Judd, so how's the week been?
I have been away this weekend for a lads' weekend.
Ooh.
I say lads' weekend. One of my friends was 50. And
Lads.
yeah, one of my mates from church, Ben, happy birthday Ben, was 50. So a few of us went away for the weekend to celebrate and just had the best time. Had a lovely time.
What does that consist of? What did you do?
So we went to a lodge, little log cabin
lodge.
thing in Derbyshire.
Yeah.
There was a pool there, a little swimming pool. So lots of headers in the pool. We found a little ball.
Yeah.
Stood in a circle and just headed the ball to each other. Went on a hike. Played poker.
Oh yeah, I was about to say poker.
Mini golf. We just did really childish, silly things.
Activity weekend.
Just an activity weekend.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
So how many nights were you away?
2.
2 nights.
I had two nights. Shared a room with my friend Tim, and slept through.
Shout out Tim.
Well, the thing is with Tim, why I bring Tim up? Tim's got a puppy, and has been waking up at 2:00 and I think 5 with this puppy to get them.
You have to do that with a puppy?
Yeah, potty trained.
I didn't know that.
So me and Tim had a great time, just sleeping.
Slept like logs.
Yeah, honestly. So yeah, 7 hours because went to bed a little bit later.
Yeah.
But like going to bed at midnight and waking up at 7,
Still better
when you sleep through, oh my word.
So do you feel like a bit of guilt when you go away, leave your wife with the kids, or are you just like?
Do I feel guilt? No.
Good on you.
No, I don't. No, because I don't do it often. I think I would if I were doing it, regularly. But I think this is the first time I've been away without them in maybe a year and a half.
Oh, fair.
And the other times were for work, so it's not really.
And when you came back, is this weekend like held to ransom over you? Because I'm a very petty person. Em's been away for work quite a lot recently.
Do you think like my wife's keeping the receipts?
No, I just, even though I know Em's been away for work, I'm like, you've been off gallivanting, and I've been solo parenting.
No, she's not
Far
holding
more gracious than me.
She's not holding it over me, I don't think.
Yeah.
I say that.
Yet. Well, now you listen to this, you can. It's in the pocket.
Yeah. So no, she's been brilliant. And came home. Nice. It's one of those things like you have a great time.
Yeah.
And you miss your family, but you don't because you're away with your friends, you're having a really good time. And like I said, I think last time I've spent a night away from Leanne and the kids for like something social was like 10 years ago, I think.
Wow.
And then came home and I was just like, wow, I love you all so much. So yeah, it was really nice, but nice to come home as well. What about you? What have you been up to?
Solo parenting, as I've hinted to. And it's not really solo parenting. It was 2 days, 1 night.
2 days, 1 night.
Yeah. And just holding that over my wife's head, really. No, it's...
So she was away for work?
Away for work.
Yep.
Early morning, back late the next day. And Noah can sometimes be a bit emotional when she wants to see Em, wants to see her mummy. She's not there. But it's fine. It was great.
What did you get up to?
Just really silly stuff.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have loads of time because it was after work and then before school. So just, I say boring stuff, but Noah's learning to read and write. Just colouring, writing. Yeah. We've got a sticker chart again.
Lovely.
And we went big.
What for? What's the sticker chart for?
At the end of the sticker chart, the reward is a Tony figure.
Lovely.
And we've decided to stretch this out over like a couple of weeks.
Mm.
So there was 4 now. So like she understands a little bit more
Yeah.
long-term, like delayed gratification.
And how does she get a sticker? What does she have to do?
I don't know. I've been given them when I need to. So, for example,
Do you want a sticker?
I needed to do a big weekly shop in Tesco. I didn't know.
You went for Tesco?
No, I was very tired. Well, it was the big shop near, and I didn't want to deal with Aldi for one very petty reason.
Oh.
I didn't have a pound coin for a trolley.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. And the Tesco near me doesn't need a pound coin for the trolley. So the bribe was, if you're fantastic in Tesco, you can get 2 stickers. It worked.
Yeah. Did you have your club card?
Yeah.
For Americans listening, explain club card prices. Because this has taken the UK by storm.
Is this not a thing in America?
I don't know. I imagine so, but not
it's
Tesco.
a weird concept, isn't it?
It's an amazing concept.
So, for some reason, if you have a membership card with a certain shop, grocery store,
Tesco,
Sainsbury's, not Aldi, they don't do it. Sainsbury's do it.
Nectar card.
Yeah. The membership is free.
The membership is free.
But for some reason, if you have one of their cards, certain things are a lower price.
Just so cheap.
And like up to like 50% off.
A lot.
Arguably, that is the price they should be.
Yeah.
It's not.
You can afford to do it.
It's not created any sense of like loyalty. I just have all of them. I have all of the memberships now.
cards.
Yeah. Do you have a membership? Yes, I have them all. Give me 10 minutes where I just scroll through every single one.
That's so true. I was in Tesco once, didn't have my club card because I swapped phones. And I text my WhatsApp group saying, can someone send me a screenshot of your club card, please? Because there's £8 at stake. And I went in for like 4 things.
Here's one. And this is shade. Co-op. The co-op near me has just got self-serve tills. I love a self-serve till. I don't have to talk to people. Brilliant.
Yep.
Usually avoid the queues. For some reason at my co-op, no one likes to use them. I don't know why. You can't scan your club card points or whatever it's called.
Come on, co-op.
You just can't do it. You have to have a physical one. And I've only got it on my phone.
Irony is, co-op stands for cooperative.
Not being very cooperative.
They're quite the opposite.
They should rebrand. Alienates are us.
So she alienates our us. So Jace, as usual, we put it out to our listeners, our followers. Send in your opening questions, and we had no responses this week. So I asked ChatGPT.
Ooh.
Provide an icebreaker style question for a parenting podcast, and they came back with this. It.
Ooh.
If you had an extra hour in the day just for yourself, how would you spend it?
Before we get into my answer, I thought that was the question you were asking in ChatGPT.
No.
As a computer, if you had an hour to do whatever you want, what would you do? And also another side note, have you seen that ChatGPT is now starting conversations with people?
No.
If you're a frequent user of ChatGPT,
Leave me alone.
be wary. It might be asking you the first question.
Not keen for
Is it sentient? I don't know. If you had an extra hour in the day just for yourself, how would you spend it? I sent a funny reel to Em yesterday of it's basically someone on their lunch break where they're watching a movie, playing PlayStation, and drawing all at the same time.
Wow.
It's like trying to get the most out of my 1 hour break. Just all my hobbies in 1 hour.
Was someone doing that seriously, or was
No.
it a skit?
It was a skit.
That's impressive.
Yeah. What would I do? It depends. I'm not one to say that I would sleep because I know I wouldn't. I should. My whole body and mind would benefit.
Yep.
But I don't. I would end up doom scrolling or something for an hour.
Yeah.
If I don't know, what would you do?
Sleep.
I have this thing that instead of sleeping, I think I'm missing out on stuff that I could be doing.
So this is my question.
I get FOMO.
Do I have an extra hour that nobody else has?
Like Bernard's watch.
Yeah, so if I got 25 hours and everyone else is just dealing with the, standard 24.
Again, side note, the amount of times that I've dreamed of Bernard's watch as a parent, just to sleep for an extra day. Oh my goodness. If you've not seen Bernard's watch, it's got a little pocket watch that can stop time. Everything else stops. He uses it to win football games. I would use it to sleep.
So that's my re-question is, if it's just I've got an hour to myself and everyone else carries on with what they're doing, I think I'd try and do something maybe productive. If it is an extra 3 hour that doesn't affect anybody else, then I would just deal with what I feel in that moment. I think maybe play Call of Duty, because I've not done that for like nearly 3 years.
Assuming it's up to date.
Take it easy.
Otherwise, you switch PlayStation on or Xbox on and it takes the next day to upgrade.
And you know what my internet's like.
It's shocking.
It is awful. Take a long time.
I think my official answer, I think I would replace the outside LED lights that I bought 18 months ago.
And you've not replaced them?
No, they're sat on top of my fridge.
They're broken?
The one outside is broken.
Yeah.
I've got brand new ones.
Oh, and you've not yet swapped them?
Waiting to go in.
You can do that, though.
I could.
You can do that.
Just need that extra hour.
You just need an extra hour.
And a ladder.
Do you not diarise naps when you work from home?
No.
Oh, I do.
I'm not a very good napper.
If my kids sleep through generally, but if, say, when they're ill, you need that, or you're ill, I would just mark out in my diary at work, unavailable. This is over lunchtime, or I just put lunch or lunch out.
Yeah.
So no one, and I mark it as like do not disturb or something, so no one phones me. Just get my head down. I could nap at any time, any day.
I couldn't. My once my brain is going, I can't stop.
I said this.
I would be thinking about the work that I need to do.
See, not me. I'll be napping. I said this, I think, a few years ago on the pod. I don't get why toddlers have such a problem with someone going, come and have a nap.
Yeah.
Why do they kick off so much? Just take it.
It's because it's more fun being awake.
It's more fun being awake. So, that was my question. And have a little think if you're listening. How would you spend an hour to yourself? So, before we get into our advice from our listeners for first-time parents, I've got a quick...
Rolls off the tongue, that does.
Rolls off the tongue. I've got a quick funny things your kids have said this week from my boy. So I was doing the school run, got there a bit early, and we were sat in the car playing 20 questions. Thinking of a person, yes or no answers, you've got to guess who they are. And something made us both really laugh. And we were just howling, like just laughing, giggling. There's parents coming to school, like walking past the car, and I'm thinking, I wonder what they're thinking just watching us losing it in the car. And I was thinking, what a wonderful moment.
Oh, that's very cute.
I hope I remember this, which is partly why I'm bringing it up. So I do have this
It'll be
documented.
immortalised.
I was laughing so much. I was looking at him. He was laughing, like proper throwing his head back. I was thinking, what an amazing moment. And he looked across at me mid-laugh and he just went, you've got yellow teeth. I tell you, when I say I scrubbed my teeth when I got home.
Self-conscious.
Honestly, yes. It was very funny. But it's one of those things where like kids just say it, don't they?
Oh, they're brilliant.
So they must have been looking pretty brutal that day. So now I've stopped drinking 2 coffees. I've reduced my coffee intake.
2 coffees?
I normally have 2
back to back?
No.
So just...
Yeah, no. I normally have one when I wake up and maybe one about 11. But yeah, obviously staying in my teeth.
Not anymore. Get a straw.
So yeah, if there's any dentists out there listening, want to give me a little white and polish?
I really do need a dentist. Can't find one in my area. This is a genuine struggle.
Adult problems.
I found a dentist for Noah. She's sorted.
Yep.
They're not taking adult patients.
Classic.
What?
I know.
But they are taking private patients.
Just don't tell them much about yourself. and then you're getting. What's your name, sir? I'm not telling you. Right, come on in.
That's brilliant. Fair play.
Thank you so much.
Well done. Rant over. Anyway, do you want some advice?
I'd love some advice.
Well, here's some advice from the listeners.
So we asked our listeners on Instagram, what is your best bit of advice for first-time parents? And we had loads come in, didn't we?
There's tons.
And we're going to go through them all. So strap in.
First one from Rhiannon. Be patient. You're all figuring out new roles. That's bullet point 1.
Bullet point 1.
Just stop there for a minute. You're all figuring out new roles. This is a genuine thing of when you become parents. We've talked about it before. Like there's a moment where you're almost mourning your old life because everything's changed, and that's okay. Like life is still good on the other side of that, but it's trying to figure out and find your feet in how life now works can be really tricky.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I mourned my old life. I'd say first time I was ready. I was ready to be a dad. I was just so buzzing. I wouldn't say I mourned it at all. One thing that I have and still struggle with, I can't go out if Leanne is out.
Yeah, I missed just being able to go out with my wife.
Oh yeah,
on
I'm
an
that
evening.
as well. But do you know what I mean? Just because she's out,
Yeah,
one of my mates goes to me, "You free on Thursday?" Which never happens because I've got no friends. But I have to see if she's out first. Yep. I can't just go, "Yeah, sweet." And that's something that I struggled with a little bit is the admin of it.
the admin. Yeah,
The admin of it. Yeah.
yeah, it's tough. The only thing I struggled with just being able to decide to go out,
Yeah.
go to the cinema. You can't do that.
No.
Should I do all of Rhiannon's advice?
Yeah, go for all of Rhiannon's advice.
Remember, the baby hasn't read any of the books you have. Do you mean this? Like, try not to debate them?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, don't debate them. Don't debate your baby. I imagine it's, you have an expectation of what they should be doing because you've read about it in a book
Yeah,
and they're not maybe meeting that expectation.
that's the sensible approach.
Yeah, I like Jules Bear.
And finally, it's okay not to be okay. It's tough adjusting. Crying can help, and sometimes babies are just difficult.
Yeah. It's okay not to be okay sometimes. I think a big part of why we started this was having conversations with like new dads and them going, I don't feel great. And I feel guilty that I don't feel great. And then we were like, let's talk about
I think it's like it is, especially like in the newborn phase. That's probably the most difficult adjusting because especially when you have so much lack of sleep as well. It's really difficult to like know yourself, and like actually discern how you're feeling. Doing some weird accents today.
This is very Sven from Frozen. I'm enjoying it.
Isn't he a reindeer?
Yeah.
Cool.
But the guy does the voice for him, doesn't he?
That's true.
Anyway, never mind. Kat has said, be kind to yourself. It's a tough ride in the newborn days. But as they say, the nights are long, but the years are short.
Oh, that's so true.
So true.
My daughter is now 4. 4.
That's gone quickly.
Yeah, and she's, all parents say it, but they grow up so quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take your time.
Take your time. Enjoy it. This next one has come from Greg. And I know we were assuming that you go first, I go second. But I'm going to jump in because I think me and Greg used to work together.
Always expect the unexpected.
When I was a student. Greg, if that is you, get in touch. If you used to work in Curry's, circa 2012, get in touch. So Greg says, when it hits the fan, make sure you are carrying wet wipes. Always carry wet wipes.
Yeah, be wet wiped up.
Be wet wiped up.
Yeah. Get a wet wipe belt.
I will pass back to you now because I skipped a turn. Shout out, Greg.
Absolutely. That's a rule just to live by. Always have wet wipes on standby.
I'm looking forward to having them again.
Yeah. You're allowed to buy them when you don't have a newborn.
I know.
I wish somebody would have told me that.
Yeah.
So it's from Georgie. If in doubt, add water. Drink some. Play in some. Have a bath.
Yeah, Jess said that, didn't she, when we interviewed Jessica Day?
Yeah.
Add water.
I'm still trying to figure out how that works into every situation. Have a drink or go have a bath or play with some water. That makes sense.
Don't drink bath water.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. Don't combine those.
To be fair, I was in the bath the other day and Noah gave me one of her like play cups that she uses for the bath, and I pretended to drink it, and she went, Daddy, don't drink that stinky bum water.
You'll get cholera. Stinky bum water. I mean, it's true.
Yeah, very accurate. Yeah. And she also said, Georgie also said, if they want a cuddle, do it. They don't last forever. I don't think I will ever deny my daughter a cuddle.
No, nor me. Not your daughter. Mine. Well, my kids, yeah, especially now, like they're at that age where I'll say, give me a cuddle, and they just run off.
No.
Yeah, so it's kind of, or they just come and like sort of bump into you and then walk off.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm in that stage of taking the cuddles when they're there.
You take when you can get it.
Lottie has said, trust your gut instinct. It's there for a reason. And we also had that from Vicky as well, who said, trust your gut. Mum knows best. Trust your gut. Now, that's a hard one when you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, when you have no gut to trust.
Did you find yourself questioning yourself? I suppose you had a very unique set of circumstances early days, but...
Yeah, I think it's difficult. I think what I learned is learn to trust the collective gut. So both me and my wife have gut feelings. They're not always on the same page. We've had to learn how to take a middle ground.
Yeah.
And how sometimes to discard one when it's not.
Yeah.
Like veto the gut feeling.
Find the mean
Can't just
gut.
veto your feelings. But yeah, you try and find like the middle ground that's helpful for both things.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's really hard to figure out what's what. And if you can't trust your gut, probiotics, that's a good top tool. Get some of them in both your diets.
Trust your collective gut, listeners.
From Blythe,
Shout out to Blythe.
lower all expectations.
I mean, that goes for life.
You'll be a lot happier if you just lower your expectations. It takes time and experience to learn your best parenting. Oh, that's good.
I'm going to piggyback off of Blythe's point. I would say be prepared to adjust your expectations
Yeah.
in certain circumstances. And that comes with a positive experience where maybe you think it might be tricky. So you go into a family wedding with a baby and you go, we'll get up about 10 because the baby, might be... If the baby's doing well, smash on.
Yeah.
Stay till 11.
Oof.
But then also, be prepared. Be prepared to adjust if things go south.
Yeah, I think that was always a big one. Like in the early stages, like don't be too bothered about what everyone else thinks. Be okay with leaving early and causing a bit of a scene. Just be all right with it.
Yeah, but it does. It takes time. It takes experience, and those things come as you go. Like Blair said, with experience. That's the only way you're going to figure out what works for you.
And it's really bizarre. Like, so in the stage of life that my daughter is in, like 4-year-old, little child, no longer a toddler, early years education, I feel like I'm in my stride now as a parent. I don't feel nervous. I feel like, not that I know what I'm doing, but I feel confident in my parenting.
Yeah.
That's not going to last long. When she goes into the next stage, we'll be on rocky territory again. But only now do I feel like, great, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, write the book, quick. Long-time pod listener and contributor Caleb has been on. Learn to like coffee if you don't already.
It's just a great tool for life, really.
My wife doesn't drink coffee.
Neither does mine.
Or caffeine, like no
At
tea.
all.
Nothing.
At all.
I don't know how she does it.
This is not related. I mean, it is related, but it's not helpful. I have to really be in the mood for a cup of tea to have one. But if someone suggests a coffee, I'd be like, oh, fancy coffee.
See.
But I already have to want a cup of tea. to say yes if you're going to offer me one?
I've only ever had one cup of tea in my life. Like one whole cup of tea. I've tried.
Is that as part of the border crossing from Wales into England?
Yes, it's part of the the citizenship. Now I was in Sri Lanka on honeymoon, and they took us to this tea plantation. Said,
Tree leaves? Tea leaves?
Yeah, tree leaves.
Tree leaves.
And they took us to this plantation and said, "This is how we make the tea. Here's a cup of tea." And I drank it, and
Not a big fan?
it was all right. But
Do you keep tea bags in your house?
yeah, for guests.
Yeah. It's not for yourself.
Just not for myself. So we always have to tell people, like, when you come round, if you want a cup of tea, just feel free to make it yourself.
And from Sophie, this is a really good one, considering the topic that we're on. Don't take advice from anyone.
Don't listen to anybody,
Stop listening to the podcast. Move on.
especially parents, dads on the internet.
Especially Sophie with her own advice. How'd you get that one? Get outside as soon as you can / feel able to.
I get what she's saying about don't take advice.
Yeah.
Because people throw it at you, don't they?
Yeah.
Just do what's...
Be okay again. Just not listening to anyone.
Yep. Yeah, just doing what you feel's best. The get outside as soon as you can. Completely agree with that. Obviously, as fellas, you've got to take your partner's lead, your wife's lead, mum's lead. But if you can get outside, get up and about, get some fresh air, really helpful.
I remember in the early days, one of the memories that I'm really fond of was I would take Noah for walks by myself, just around the countryside. It was beautiful, and either in the carrier, but even when she was too small for the carrier, in the pram, and just really enjoyed it. And I still I really love those memories now. So yeah,
I'm looking forward to the carrier again.
yes.
I remember being like a teenager and seeing men with carriers and thinking that's just a bit weird. But now I'm like, bring on the carrier.
Bring it on.
Yeah, bring on the carrier.
I'm going to do this one as well because it's my brother,
Shout out to your brother.
Callum. Don't overthink everything.
Is Callum an overthinker?
Who knows? I'm judging by the comment. Yeah. It's not. My brother is probably one of the most relaxed, calm people that I know. Don't overthink everything. Helpful advice. Take a step back. Chill out.
Absolutely. Laura, ask for help. Try not to be alone and tell someone if you struggle with your mental health because it's really normal.
Yeah. Huge.
Yeah. The asking for help, I think, is really important, especially if you feel like you've already asked for help.
Yeah.
Don't feel like you can't ask for more help.
It's a really difficult one. And I think most people go through this at some point in their life. It could be when you become a parent. It could be much later in life when you realise your mental stability isn't quite there. You become aware of a lot of stuff that you struggle with. That can happen at any point in life.
Yeah.
And it's really difficult, facing that yourself and just being honest with yourself about it.
Yeah.
And it's just a whole tough thing in general. But parenting, the whole process can really throw up things and make you kind of have to face it. And you don't have to expect people to help. It's just having somebody to share that weight. So helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. One of my mates has got a little boy, I'd say 7-8 months old. And he texted me this week saying, it's my first time with my son and I'm ill. He had the flu. He said, what do you do? I said, TV is your friend.
Yeah.
Texted him in the afternoon. I said, what did you end up doing? He said, just had to get my mum round to help out.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, I didn't think about asking for help. I just stick Mr. Tumble on.
Watch Moana too.
Oh, have you watched it?
Yep.
What do you think?
Many times. Many times.
Do you agree with my
My name
summary?
is Moana. What was your summary? Which song were you talking about?
The Bat Lady song, Get Lost.
Yeah. Noah absolutely loves it.
It's a tune.
When I was in the cinema watching it, I was like, I don't really like this movie because of this song.
No,
Yep.
that's banger.
I just don't like it. It
Not
was
growing on you.
I was confused. I thought she was spoilers.
Oh, okay.
Thought she was a baddie. Turns out she's a goodie. And I was just confused. I was like, am I supposed to not like her? Am I supposed to be scared?
Drew you right in.
Didn't know what to do. And so it just makes me feel uncomfortable.
There you go. The acting did it for you. Sophie from Hope HQ. Don't do it twice. Bad day, Soph.
Yeah, let's talk the other advice that we've said, Soph. There we go.
Yeah.
You can talk to someone. And this from Joe. You don't need to buy everything brand new. That is so helpful. Like, really good advice. Facebook Marketplace. Whatever your views on the Zuck. eBay, Facebook Marketplace, all the others. What are other ones? I don't know. Gumtree.
That's a bit millennial, isn't it? But
Craigslist.
Craigslist. Shout out to America. What's the other not Depop?
Depop is something.
Depop.
Yeah. Vinted.
Vinted. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Vinted. Yeah.
Absolutely. Things that like I now know I can buy off Facebook. I didn't know the first time. So a Moses basket stand.
We got one of those recently.
I bought one new and it cost me like 60 quid. Didn't realise I could just buy any of them on Facebook. I thought it was a specific model. Yeah. They're all the same.
We got one from Facebook Marketplace
there you
recently.
go. Absolutely.
Facebook Marketplace has come in.
You don't need to buy everything brand new. In fact, the one thing I remember finding a bargain was, you know, those milk makers.
The perfect prep thing.
The Tommy Tippy ones.
Yeah.
Like, we only got one late in the game when Noah had a milk allergy, so we had to use a special milk powder. Mm-hmm. But I bought 2 for 15 quid.
Wow. What did you do with the second one?
Give it to my in-laws.
Nice.
Yeah, it was great.
The next one from Tosin. Brace yourself. How hard does it hit you?
Depends.
I mean, again, for you.
My experience was very different.
Very hard.
Unexpected 28 weeks, life change in a moment. But actually, it didn't hit me hard until like 6 months later.
Yeah.
So it was adrenaline saw me through 6 months.
Yeah.
And then things started to hit.
I think the sleep, and we talked about this a lot when we first started the pod because we were in the thick of it.
Yeah.
But the sleep hit me, especially with 2, when, you know, baby wasn't sleeping through the night, toddler was waking up early, hit me like a ton of hippos.
A rhythm stick.
Hit me like a very heavy rhythm stick.
But like when you think about, genuinely, like when you think about brace yourself, like it is really good advice to think about the people you have around you, that when stuff starts to slip, you can really lean on.
Yeah.
And like you can call for help, like in-laws or parents. Like not everyone has that, but like friends, anyone that you can surround yourself with as early as possible. And even if it could be like in 3 months' time, I might randomly just shout for help. Like, that's really helpful. Just have those people around.
Yeah. And I get there's obviously humour to it, tongue in cheek, brace yourself. But have a laugh.
Yeah.
If you can find the funny side of things, which is easier said than done, do it. Yeah. Have a laugh through it all.
Rev Poppy. The good times make the hard times worth it.
Absolutely.
100% agree.
Absolutely. Have you ever had any of those sort of tough moments and then there's something that happens that just sort of flicks a switch and you're like, yeah.
I think there's a generic thing that people have when like you watch your child go through a lot of medical stuff. I think watching them just be healthy and happy is really fulfilling.
Yeah. And
I don't know if I would have the same appreciation had she not gone through that stuff.
Yeah.
And so I think there is just a generic, like, I mean, more I say it often, like we will often remind ourselves, like, how amazing is it that we are here, considering where we've been. And that's helpful.
Yeah. This one has come from Jazz. You mentioned cinema earlier. Go to the cinema as much as you can before the baby arrives. Why cinema? Why not just anything?
That's a very good question.
But no, I agree. Go to the cinema.
Yeah.
It's funny that we all say the cinema.
I really like the cinema because before we had children, like we had Cineworld cards. So you pay like £15 a month and you can go as much as you like. And so it was like a cheap date for us. And we just do it all the time.
Yeah.
It's just going out.
Is it because the cinema's quiet? You can go to restaurants with babies. You can go most places.
I think it's just you're just going to enjoy some entertainment next to someone that you like.
Yeah.
I don't often go to the cinema by myself.
I've only done it once and I loved it.
Really?
I would do
What
it
did you
again.
see?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, I've not seen that.
It's good.
From Lydia, you can never have too many muslins.
Can never have too many muslins.
That's, yeah. Get the biggest ones you can find.
If you're listening and you're an expectant parent, you don't know what a muslin is.
Oh, that's true. You don't.
You don't.
Although, it depends. You might have used this sort of cloth in making bread and decanting wine. I don't know what type of lifestyle you're used to. A muslin cloth.
I think we should do like a bit of street interviewing and just go up to blokes especially and go, what's a muslin cloth? And they'll go, not a clue. Then you go up to dads and you go, what's a muslin cloth? And they will go out of their pocket, one of these.
Or under their shoulder.
Yeah. One of the, I didn't have a clue what one was. And then all of a sudden, they just go with me everywhere.
Fantastic invention.
Molly, don't worry about the sleep thing. Schedules, cot naps, don't worry about it. And then the second point, hold your baby without guilt. Now, I'm guessing this is the whole sleeping thing. Like, what's it called? Like contact naps and stuff. I think that's what they say.
No idea.
It teaches them to not go to sleep without you.
I have no idea.
Big thing at the minute.
I am all for reading as much research as you can stomach. Be as informed as you can, but make your own decision. And then don't be worried about what people think. I think if you've read about it and you know your child, go for it. But it's that level. There's definitely a fine line of just doing stuff without regard to advice. There's loads of advice out there on both sides of most arguments. Just read it, make your own decision, and at least then you're informed. Like the co-sleeping, not co-sleeping argument. I'm not really fussed what other people do. Like we often say, do what works for you. My only caveat is just research it and then make a decision.
Yeah.
Most of these things are covered within a 5-minute YouTube video. That's my top tool.
I think, for me, it's all circumstance and situational. If I come home from work and one of them falls asleep in my arms, I'm not going to go, oh, pants, I need to put them down because this can't happen. I'll just let them fall asleep and I'll hold them and I'll enjoy it because,
100%.
like someone said before, it doesn't last long.
Yeah. And like there's a thing that is often said, like you don't see many 18-year-olds like struggling to go to sleep without being cuddled to sleep by their parents. There's going to be time to figure this stuff out.
Yeah.
So what if it's a bit later?
Yeah, I guess there's a whole thing of, you make a rod for your own back. But
I'm not bothered.
If you're happy to do that
Yeah,
and figure it out later down the line,
exactly.
yeah, if you're happy to take the challenge head on.
And I think that's also part of the thing of what society tells you is like a bad thing. You can decide. Chill out.
Yeah. Personally, like for me, I want my kids to be able to fall asleep without me.
Yeah, absolutely.
But also, I love it when they fall asleep
Exactly.
on me.
It is possible.
Especially when they're little and they're
Best
curled
of both
up and
worlds.
just there.
Yeah.
Just roll with it. Marta, accept help.
A little smiley face.
Accept help.
Yep, take it.
I think we've covered help quite a bit, haven't we?
Yeah. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right or butchering the name. Sana. How would you pronounce that name?
I'd go for Sana.
Sana.
Yeah.
Yep. Dad will have their own kind of relationship with the child. Don't parent their parenting. Ooh, hot water.
Have you seen that? Is that something that you think is common?
Yeah, it's huge, I think. I think giving your partner advice on parenting is quite a difficult thing to do well. If you are going to give advice, never do it in the moment. Just do it another time.
Yeah.
And it's really difficult to give feedback in a way that's not like attacking.
Yeah.
So do it in a place where it's just not in the same place.
I think this a lot. I say this a lot as well. there are certain moments where you know you need to talk about things, or you feel like there might be an argument brewing, but like 3 o'clock in the morning when you're running on 1 hour sleep,
Shelve it.
just shelve it.
Put a pin in it.
And but do go back to it. Don't just brush it under the carpet. Say, acknowledge, I'm tired. I'm guessing you're tired.
Yeah.
Let's come back to this when we're both a bit less snappy, and deal with it then. That's what.
But there's also the argument that parents, it's so helpful if you're on the same page. So like, if there's stuff that's happened, you both will parent differently. It's really good just to talk about it and decide what you're going to do.
Yeah.
And then as long as you both come at it with, there's going to be compromise on both sides. That's a good way to do it.
Yeah. Still going through. We've got a couple left. This one has come again. Sorry if I say this wrong. Sapna. Don't overbuy. You don't use so much of it.
Great. Just clean advice. Great.
Yeah. I don't know if we overbought, underbought. Looking back, I can't remember.
But the stuff that you don't use or you use so little, you don't remember.
There's definitely stuff that we had that we didn't use much of. There's definitely stuff that we thought, let's buy more of this. And there's definitely stuff that you see someone else with and you go, I love that.
Yeah.
Just got to roll with it.
Yeah,
Just
got to try it, see if it works. And from Lisa, when your day feels like it's spiraling, get out for fresh air and with Bubba in the pram. Fresh air's helpful.
Go for a walk. Go for a drive. There's so much to see, so come outside. So thank you to everybody for sending those in. Really appreciate that. If you are an expectant parent for the first time and you have any questions, any concerns, get in touch and we'll ask the listeners to help you out.
And if, like me, you've gone kind of a little bit down memory lane, hope you've enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Some of the good memories of the early days.
I enjoyed that. A little bit of reminiscing.
Yeah,
it's good. Good times.
Good for the soul.
It is absolutely true though. Like we're talking about reminiscing.
Yeah.
If you would ask me 3 years ago, how do you feel? I'd be like, mate, I'm struggling.
Yeah.
But now you blink and it's gone.
And like you can see a lot more of the goodness.
Yeah.
And the times that like you enjoyed it in the moment, but sometimes it's overshadowed by how difficult stuff is.
Yeah.
Still good. Still there.
Like even this pod, I've been thinking recently, I've not got anything to say because it's not to say that parenting's not hard anymore, but it's not. It's just life. We're in our rhythm.
Yeah.
Everyone's sleeping.
Until you introduce the third.
And now we're introducing the third. And everything's going to get shaken up again. But like, again, you just have to roll with it.
Yeah.
But when we started it, it was just like, mate, this is, I remember saying once that I was happy for a car to hit me on a roundabout because I couldn't have felt worse. Oof. And now I look back and I'm like, that was so brief.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fleeting. In hindsight. It feels like eternity when you're in it.
So yeah, really enjoyed that. Thank you. We've not asked for a little while for the listeners, for you guys, the people, to leave a rating.
The people. We are on, I had a look earlier, 113 5-star ratings. That's
across
cool,
Spotify and Apple.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great to get to 150. Let's set a big target.
Yeah.
If you've not left us a rating yet, please do. Head to Spotify, head to Apple Podcast, leave us a little 5-star rating and a review. We would love that.
And also, a bit of more feedback would be helpful. We're starting a little free Patreon. Talked about it a little bit.
Yeah, it's coming.
Let us know some ideas.
Yeah, what would you like to see?
What would be cool, helpful?
Yeah. What would be fun? What would be entertaining?
There we go.
What would tickle your fancy?
We've been the Parentals. Have a good week.
Thank you so much.